The next stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yeah. Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. Benny from the North is in the building. My guy, welcome to the show. How are you today?
Appreciate you, my brother. I'm good. Thank you for having me, bro. Appreciate you. Yes,
here,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
So you're from the North, but you're from the Bronx.
North Bronx. Hell yeah.
North Bronx
to be
See,
exact.
Let me tell you about your name. It makes me think you from Buff. And when John books you, I think that you from like either Buff or Rochester.
Perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. So that's perfect. That's why I named it Benny from the North, because of the whole Benny, name confusion and shit like that. But Benny from the North, though.
Benny from the North.
Yeah.
Not North Bronx.
Benny from the North Bronx. Technically, because if you remember Carlito's way, Benny from the Bronx, right?
Right, yeah.
But, it's Benny from the North.
Benny from the North.
Benny from the North, yep.
I just wanted to make sure we was good on that because 100%. I was like, let's clear the air here. He's
no, but
shout out
to Rochester.
Shout out to the North, but we want to make sure that everybody knows where you're from.
Yeah, North Bronx, baby. Shout out to the South Bronx, too, though. Word.
Shout out to the South Bronx, where my pops is from. But,
yeah, my pops, too.
You're also Puerto Rican.
Absolutely, yeah. Puerto Rican.
And I think we bonded over the fact that neither of us, well, how old are you?
32.
I'm 26. And the thing is, neither of us have been to Puerto Rico.
So I'm your older cousin.
Sure.
I think so. I think that's what it is.
Sure. I found out in June when my abuelo passed away, I found out he was actually from the
rest
town
in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. He was from Lares.
Okay. I think my grandmother was from a place like Vega Baja, some shit like that.
Yeah, they like towns outside of San Juan.
Yeah, I don't really know much. Yeah.
Yo, why you laugh? Where your family from, Rob? Okay. See,
okay.
I was expecting him not to know, and I thought he was just talking shit.
Nah, I definitely got to take a trip out there and just learn more about that, though.
Isn't it crazy how like we're from here and we have like these connections with our grandparents and we've never
stepped foot on the motherland?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me not say that too loud for the Puerto Rican team come kill us, man, because they take that so prideful. Like,
I know.
They want you to be out there, but hopefully this year we make that happen.
I know. Nah, I want to be. The thing is, I want to be out there.
Right.
But I don't know how it was for you. But when I was a kid, every time we try to go out there, there'd be like Zika, there'd be a hurricane.
Okay.
But, like there would always be some type of thing that would prevent me from going.
I think more for me was just like my whole family's based out here, and like whatever family I do got out there is like older generations, people I don't even know.
Yeah.
So it's like there wasn't really no demand for me to like. Some people got cousins and aunts that still live out there and shit like that. My whole family's based out of New York.
Yeah.
So,
It's tough.
It's tough, yeah.
Yeah, I got one aunt who lives out there, but she was born here, but she moved out there when she was an adult. But other than that, like all the family who I know out there, or I don't know any other family out there, it's all probably like second, third, fourth cousins on random sides of the family that, it's no, like, there's no, like you said, there's no demand for me to go to Puerto Rico to go visit family.
Correct.
Which I think sucks, kind of. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, I'm blessed that all my family's here with me here, but like sucks that like it doesn't give me a reason to go over there.
Correct, yeah. Especially now, like with the whole pandemic and shit that happened, and like it pushed a lot of people back, you know what I mean?
Right.
But, hopefully take a trip out there and just learn more about it.
And also, like, for all the people who are watching this who don't know, like Puerto Rico's in a really bad shape. Like
I heard.
All the billionaires moving to the island for tax cuts.
I heard.
The government is making new roads and fixing all this shit in the areas that they live in, but they're not helping us. They're not helping the people who are from there, who live there. You know what I'm saying? They're doing all this stuff for the millionaires and everything that moving to the island. And obviously they're the first people to get power back after the hurricane. So just, be aware of what's going on in Puerto Rico and how they treating us. And
I mean, a lot of other Spanish, coaches and stuff like that, they would always say like Puerto Ricans are definitely like Americans. We like the 52nd state. It's like another state almost.
Yeah.
That's how it feels because they done colonized this shit so much that it's pretty much a state almost. That's how it feels, Yeah. Versus when you go to DR, like you feel like you in a real separate country, independent country. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's supposed to be like, there's something coming up where like Puerto Ricans can vote for statehood. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. They definitely got a lot of shit in progress and shit like that. But, like I said, shout out to PR. I got to take that trip out there soon.
Yeah, me too. So how long you been officially making music for?
For a while now, for a while. You know what I'm saying? Definitely for a little minute. I was a little younger, teenage years and shit like that. Mixtape era.
The mixtape era?
The Dad Piff era, yep.
Do you remember the first project you ever bought?
Album-wise?
Yeah.
It was, yes, I definitely do. It was a bootleg album. It was a Nas album. And it was Nostradamus.
Nostradamus?
Yes, it was Nostradamus. I don't know why.
Was that like the album that inspired you for all this?
No, absolutely not. It was an album that I was able to buy because that's around the time, like I said, the mixtape bootleg era, when they had the sheet on the floor and Africans are selling the CDs and shit. She was $5, so Had $5 and I bought a Nas album.
Really?
Yeah.
And that was the first project.
That was the first album I bought. In terms of first album I listened to and probably gave me inspiration to rap, that was 50 Cent. That was 50 Cent. 50 Cent is the Future, I think it was, when he was working on it. And the Guess Who's Back mixtape.
It's crazy how many people like come up here and like, you know, you would think that maybe some people would say Nas or Hove or, you know, but so many people say 50. Which I ain't mad about at all. You know what I'm saying? Especially spending a lot of my life in Queens. It's like, I get it.
Oh yeah, so see, that makes sense. I mean, for me, Nas and Jay was like, they older, so it's like, they was a little more complex. So I didn't really understand Nas and Jay until I was like maybe 12, 13, 14. You understand? Like, then I'm understanding. They was rapping about Hublots and Audemars and shit. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, 50 was the culture. He was the streets. He was that energy that was out there at that time. So, you know, G Unit, the radios, D Block, shit like that. Hell yeah. I missed them times too.
And you know what? But I feel like everything comes back around.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? Like you look at kind of what the other Benny
Yeah.
had sparked up in from 2018 to now with Griselda.
Griselda.
Like bringing back that like the bars movement, and you know even all the artists that are underneath them and
Right.
underneath them, and like the younger artists who look up to them and now are coming up with them. Like you know that type of
Definitely.
like sound is still around and still prevalent.
It definitely is. I think when 50 was out, I just think it was more of a competitive nature. Like, not saying that the rappers out now is not competitive, but these guys was like dissing each other. You know, if you go back to like early Clue tapes and shit, you got, you know, D Block versus State Property and G Unit dissing this crew and shit. It was like real competition. Versus now, you know, rappers might diss each other and it's like subliminal. You got to kind of like put two and two together. Who's dissing who? Back then,
See, I feel like that's how it was back then, though. I feel like it was more subliminal back then. Now it's more like direct. Like they're just like, fuck this person. You know what I'm saying?
well, if you think about it, all right, remember, for Hot 97, you know, that was the first time I ever seen like groups going up there dissing each other. You had State Property going up there doing a whole segment dissing the whole D Block. That shit made you feel like you had to pick sides. Like, I was in middle school picking sides. Like, who was D Block, who was riding with D Block, and who was riding with Rockefeller. Like, it was like it felt real. You know what I'm saying? The only difference now was like, these niggas is dissing real people in real life that are dead and shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, cool. That's a little too personal. You know, back then it was more entertainment purposes and shit. So, but it's still the same. Like you said, it all comes full circle. It's just more on the digital scale now. Whereas back then it was like you had to really go out there and find the music.
Right, and then you start thinking like about how would this be if the internet existed back then? Like how would these like type of like you know like you said like State Property and D Block like
What?
how would the escalation of the back and forth go if there was social media and Instagram and shit back then?
But,
They'd probably be doing the same shit that these kids are doing.
Absolutely.
To some extent. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
That's why I can't blame the kids, because it's like it's the same shit. It's just different because now we see it more. You know,
Yeah, different eras.
we pick up our phone now and, you know, 7 a.m, we already know who's smoking on who. Whereas back then, it's like you had to wait till 8 o'clock at night. Flex is playing some new shit, you know. You never knew what was gonna happen.
Right.
Or you had to have the access to go out there and buy mixtapes and shit like that.
Or if you just knew, you knew.
Exactly, that too. If you know, you know. That's it.
So with you, right? Like I peeped that you haven't really been releasing too much lately.
Yeah.
So what's been going on with you in terms of like your own artistry and
So I
where you
mean,
been at?
just recording a lot of music now, just, you know, trying to find the right setup to put the music out. I think I'm more into like releasing singles now more and just kind of like, you know, interacting with the people, you know, doing podcasts, doing shows, you know, putting myself more out there.
Right.
You know, but definitely there's a lot of music in the works now in the tuck that we just getting ready to put a bigger rollout behind it.
Right. Do you feel like now you're gonna try to transition to be more consistent? Because like, you know, like when you look at like the DSPs, it's like the last single right here was from
2021.
21.
Yeah.
Conceive, actually. Stay close.
Yep. No, absolutely. Yeah, that was my. So I took 2022 to focus more basically on like the rollouts of everything. You know what I'm saying? Now 2023, you know, it's the top of the year, it's the first quarter. Now everything is releasing new music and just following up behind it. You know, as much as we can. You know, projects, whatever it may be.
Like on the
EPs.
radar freestyle.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There we go.
You see
There
what
we
you did
go.
there?
Top of the top, man.
Streaming
Top of the-
hopefully soon. We're still learning. Me and John are still learning about the distribution shit, but we getting there. We getting there. It'll be on DSPs by the time.
Exactly. Go check that out, man. Hell yeah.
But yeah, no, like I think you know when it comes to like just learning how to. One of the things I tell artists all the time is like when you learn how to, you got to properly learn how to do these rollouts because like there's a lot that goes into it. You know what I'm saying? It's not as simple as just like releasing music. If you're putting out a project, you want to be able to properly like do like certain things that help get you to that next level. Like John's artist Narcy, like when I first met Narcy, he like had like these boxes for his album that when you open the box and whatnot, it played like videos off of his
that's
album,
tough.
like music videos and shit.
That's
You know what I'm
tough.
saying? Like just doing little shit like that and getting it to the right hands of the right people.
Absolutely.
Like me, I think who was the other person we got it to? Wayno, you know what I'm saying?
Wayno,
Like,
yeah, shout out to Wayno.
you know, yeah, shout out a Trophy, you know, shout out my industry family. Like, you get it to the right people, and then it's like, oh wow, like I see him, and then it you know, it's like, oh, he did this, like, and it puts more eyes on you, and it definitely gets you like a little bit more attention.
Absolutely, I agree. I definitely agree with that. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
You got a project coming out this year?
Yes, a couple of projects and shit like that.
Okay.
A couple of projects, but like I said, right now we just focusing on. We don't want to oversaturate it. Cause I was releasing music for so long that it's like I didn't want to get caught up in the oversaturation part of just putting music out, putting music out. So it's like now we got to kind of get the business right, and like you said, rollouts and how can we get the music to the right ears, the right people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like less is more if you know what you're doing with it.
What's the name of the first project you putting out this year?
Sorry I couldn't help.
Sorry I couldn't help or could help?
Yeah, sorry I could not help.
Sorry you could not help?
Yeah, sorry I couldn't help.
Couldn't help.
Sorry I couldn't help. Yeah.
Why that?
It's a statement. It's a statement because like this year is personal for me. So it's like I'm sorry I couldn't help, and whatever way it is, like no is my word this year. No, sometimes we get so caught up in doing things for other people that we lose sight on what we got in front of us.
Yeah.
So sorry I couldn't help, bro. If I couldn't make it to that show, I'm sorry. If I couldn't do that song for you, I'm sorry. If I couldn't be what you wanted me to be, I'm sorry I couldn't help, man. I gotta help me first.
Right.
And the people that's with me, and shit like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
So is all the songs on the project like that's it, like a statement, or?
Probably more so. Yeah. It'll be one of those things where give and take. You listen to it and you take from it what you want.
Right.
So.
I like that.
Sorry I couldn't help.
Project every single time. I'll be like, sorry I couldn't help.
Sorry I couldn't help. Yeah.
Sorry I couldn't help, but hit Toby.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sorry I couldn't help, man.
Why you look at me like that? That's what you tell me to tell people. Sorry I can't help you. Hit Toby.
Send a text message out. It's like the most passive aggressive shit you can think about. Like, yeah, I can't make it today. Sorry I couldn't help. And what? Yeah, that's my statement for everything.
Sorry I couldn't help is really passive.
Very passive. Yeah, exactly. It's like if you're reading this, it's too late. Like what? What do you mean? It's like that type of thing,
Oh, I see what you did there. So it was kind of like not modeled after that, but like in the same like vein of like kind of the Drake. If you're reading this, is too late.
Right. Statements and shit like that. I think that's what sticks to people more too. Titles mean a lot too and shit.
Yeah.
Her loss. Like, I think titles are becoming a little more personal now.
Yeah.
Which is dope. I think it's super dope. More creative.
I still think that Drake honestly never mind with the comma like her loss as like a 2-part type.
See, there we go. Honestly, never mind. Like that's another statement title right there. Like honestly, never mind. I thought that was so like creative, because we so used to rappers dropping albums like The Comeback, The Get Back, things like that. Shout out to that, but I'm just saying we're in a different generation now. These kids speak a little different than we did when when we were younger. So I think that's what attracts the listener more.
Word.
For sure.
So that's coming this year.
That's coming this year.
What month? Do we know?
I'm aiming for like February, March.
Okay.
February,
so by
March.
the time y'all seeing this, it's right around the corner.
Yeah.
Couple more projects this year.
Couple more projects, a couple more collaborations and shit like that. And like I said, just more, showing face.
More features?
More features, yeah. Definitely more features.
Who are you working with?
Well, right now, I don't have anybody that I'm directly working with. But, I got my producers. I got different people that I'm working with behind the scenes and shit like that. And, just different artists that I know that are on the come up with me as well. Shout out to David James, too. Like I said, he was just up here. That's my boy. Yeah, he definitely, he's one of them people that I consider, in that rap circle, people that
you fuck with.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Word, man. Well, I'm excited for you. Congrats.
I appreciate that. Hell yeah, I appreciate that, bro.
Looking forward to seeing more of you.
Hell yeah.
Back in the dropping.
Yeah,
all the new projects that you got coming out.
Absolutely, I'm excited too.
By the time y'all seeing this, On the Radar Freestyle is out now, so go check that out. It's on DSPs probably by the time y'all seeing this, so
hell yeah.
Go ahead and go stream it.
Please do.
Before we get out of here, let the people know where they can follow you. Anything else you want to let the fans know? Now is the time to do it. This camera right here.
Yes, sir. Benny from the North on all platforms. Everything spelled properly. You know what I'm saying? Sorry I couldn't help. Coming soon. Sorry I couldn't help in general, man. You know what I mean? So that's it, man. Come check me out. Shout out to Gabe and the whole family up here on the radar, man. You already know. Yeah, PR, we got to take that trip, man. So
Facts.
On the radar, man, but you're not on my radar, bitch. You heard?
So,
yeah,
talk about it,
man.
Well, look, make sure you go follow him. If the new project is out, make sure you go run that up.
Yes,
go run the freestyle. That's out now.
Absolutely.
Go follow him. Go show him some love. Go show him some support. Love is free. Sports free.
Yes, sir.
I already knew that. Till next time. Benny from the North on the radar.
Benny from the North.
Love.
Love, baby. Appreciate y'all, man. Yes, sir.